It was a wet day by any standards, pouring rain outside, and around 30 to 35 young 18-year-olds stepping quietly into a classroom that was totally unfamiliar, very, very different from what we all were used to. And yet we all knew somewhere this would be our home for the next 5 years. So let's make the most of it. As I see it, most of us had come from very, very good academic backgrounds. Somebody had scored 94 in PCM. Somebody had got into medicine but still wanted to do architecture. Somebody had not got into engineering and had to take architecture as a second choice. We were all very, very different from each other. But the next 5 years, we were to see something that we would never ever experience in our lives again. However, the common thread definitely was the principal of the college. As we remember, Sardesai Sir was really somebody whom we were completely overawed by. Not one of us had the courage to go into his office on our own. Not one of us could stand up to him unless it was with supreme confidence of having completed a project properly or a submission completely. Otherwise, he was just a figure, somebody whom we looked up to, but never really knew what he was like. Some of us became extremely close friends. Some of us became friends who were to go our own ways. Some of us never saw each other again. In any case, this band of brothers and sisters, I think, has shaped each one of us. Whatever we are in life, we owe a big chunk of it to each of you. That was 1989. More than 30 years have passed. It's 2019 now. We all went our own ways. But yes, from time to time, we still thought of that one towering figure because of whom we are what we are. As a tribute, this little offering from us, hopefully, will make us bond again and always think of who he was, who he still is in our hearts and minds. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to learn or to unlearn. I think Sardesai Sir was the kind of person who instinctively knew whether to make a student learn or unlearn. This might sound a little pompous to those who were already very good since the first year of college. But for people like me, who were completely at sea, confused, Vaikunth Sardesai Sir, principal of BKPS College of Architecture, was not only a towering, perhaps even fearful figure at that stage, but he was extremely enigmatic. In 2012, I met Sardesai Sir to ask him for participating in a program which we had dedicated to the stalwart teachers of BKPS College. Naturally, I requested him for a few photographs. As such, he said jokingly, "Priya, I can give you a few images, but they won't be exactly Gregory Peck." Sir, I want to tell you, Gregory Peck may have been a matinee idol, but you have been a real life inspiration, not only for thousands of architects, but thousands and thousands of happy beginnings and so much more to come. When we entered the portals of our alma mater, when we badly needed a guru, a guide, a friend, when we were consumed with the word architecture and the thought of when will the 5 years end, you, sir, guided us through the rough and tumble. You gave us hope amidst despair. You taught us that the best designers are the most humble and that magic can come from a T-square. You were our first critic. You were also our first admirer. We learned that a designer must always pick and choose between ice and fire. When we erred or took the easy way out, you were tough, inflexible, demanding. You would write repeat with a frown and a pout. And yes, it would mean going back to the drafting. When we went our own ways and stepped out of college, you were the first to have, yes, wet eyes. And it reminded us of the adage, only when you are deprived do you realize. When we emerged good swimmers and learned to flow against the tide, the first appreciative murmurs, of course, came from your side. Today, there are accolades, awards, appreciation, the gifts of professional excellence. Architecture in its most vibrant dimensions has enveloped us in its brilliance. But we still miss those viva sessions, those early lessons, the waiting to bloom, that sudden jumping to attention every single time you walked into the classroom. You, sir, initiated us into a journey of responsible design, and we strived to make it true, to imbibe much of that and make it shine. Dear sir, all that we are today is because of you.